lie down.
Yeah, you can lie down, sit down. Yeah.
You recording?
I'm now recording. You recording?
Yeah. Right.
So,
I'm having a little bit of trouble today with the heel of my foot. All that pounding on the stone didn't help, and then yesterday I stood on a real sharp rock. It just sent sort of a shudder right the way through my ankle and up my leg, which means every time I put pressure, I don't know if you can see, but you most probably can't. Every time I put pressure on the heel of my foot, it's caused me a very lot of discomfort and pain. Hopefully it'll get better, because we have a day of trekking tomorrow.
pretty much a long time of trekking, and it's very difficult.
And with no shoes, I'm very much not looking forward to that.
The camera's not facing anyone.
Yeah.
You can hold it down, but
Yeah.
just like make sure the lens faces somewhere. Yeah. So, Duckin, you better to manage tomorrow because you've got a long task ahead.
I'm hoping with a bit of rest after we've done this, that'll be alright. But we'll have to see in the morning, to be fair.
We are hydrated, that's good.
Yeah.
But even so, I'm finding it hard when I stand up. My mind almost blacks out, and I'm stand up and I have to hold a tree just to stay sane. It's like
Very difficult, man. Very difficult.
How's the camera looking? Yeah. So just like you're in this jungle, but it's almost like you're not here at the same time. In a sense that it's hard to kind of explain, but you can't. I'm standing here right now, but my mind is not working at its full amount, so my senses aren't really working completely. So I'm not really completely aware of what's here, to be honest. And it feels a bit, maybe it's because it feels so surreal compared to being in England, I guess. But it's definitely it's an odd feeling, and it doesn't feel like I'm here. It feels like we're in a TV show at the moment. It doesn't feel like normal-ish too much, but oh well. You only live once, you get one chance. So what we have to do now is fix problems with our shelter. It's just to make up for the fact that yesterday twice it was too small.
So, yesterday, with Dan being out of action with one hand, I took it upon myself to sort of try and crack on with our shelter while Dan tried to do the fire. This was as good as I could get it at the time, but it's very cramped, and we learnt last night that it wasn't as watertight as we wanted, was it, Dan?
Yeah, we got off lucky because it wasn't a heavy rain. It was definitely not a heavy rain last night, so that kind of played in our favour. But we will need to add more leaves to it, because the problem with these leaves is that they're not big leaves. In this kind of area around here, you don't often see big leaves that will keep it kind of watertight. With these small leaves, it took us from one leaf onto another and then onto us eventually.
Yeah.
But we'd have to kind of do that. But we did have the issue of it being too tight.
Yeah.
We were kind of squirming around in there, but it was too late to kind of fix anything last night. But the advantage there is that it was a bit warmer than normal, but at the same time it was extremely uncomfortable to sleep in, and it was very. It's like we'd kind of nudge into each other. Like I'd wake up from a dream, and I'd jolt into James. James goes, "Oh, you kind of jolted into me." I was like, "What?" Because I've just woken up from just a slight dream. But the dreams are there to look forward to every night, though. That's literally the only escape out of it, your dreams.
Yeah.
And then you realise, you kind of get hints in your dreams that something's not right. It could be dry in the mouth, could be something like that. You could feel wet, or you could even be camping in your dream, and you realise that you actually are in the jungle, and you wake up from a kind of false reality. But it's what we deal with. But yeah, look, I love the dreams. But sleeping's hard. You don't get steady sleep. You wake up, go to sleep. You wake up, you go to sleep. It's very quick, and it's not a good night's sleep. But
that's why we have to start going to sleep so early, because we almost start going to sleep as soon as the sun goes down, which is about 7 o'clock, and it doesn't come up until about 7.
Yeah.
So that's 12 hours almost that we're trying to fill with sleep.
Exactly that. You're never going to get perfect sleep when you're trying to in it for 12 hours, because once it starts raining, you got to be in your shelter, and once you're in your shelter, you can't really do anything other than rest and fall to sleep. But something we deal with. But yeah, we should get on in fixing it ready for kind of hiking tomorrow.
So that's it. That's how small it is on the inside. As you can tell, not very big. But yeah, we learned a lot, and now to make a load of amendments to it.
But as you can see, so if you want to come here, you can see each other's bug bites. We were absolutely marauded by ants last night. All over our whole body is absolutely kind of destroyed. I'm going to show you some here. Get into the light there. One of the main parts is the back. The back has been absolutely destroyed. So actually also got a sunburn on the back of his neck. Something just fell down there. Okay, you can see mine as well. It's absolutely bitten up. Just constant bites, but that's something which we have to deal with as we are sleeping on the floor. Obviously a solution to that would be to make a raised shelter, but there's a few issues with that. First off is the temperature. We haven't been able to start a fire yet, which means if you had a raised shelter, you're going to lose more heat because of the drafts coming from underneath, and we don't have a fire, so that's going to be an issue. And being cold at night is terrible. And also the fact that we are moving from this site tomorrow, so kind of putting all that energy into making a raised shelter, which could take a whole day, but maybe even 2 days, dependent. That would be too much for us to do. And if this is only a temperature shelter, then we have to kind of mend and make do and see what happens. But yeah, it's not really feasible to do a raised shelter right now. We don't have the time, the energy to do it. We have to kind of accept the bites, unfortunately.
Also, the resources around us aren't good enough either. We don't have enough vine. These are the kind of trees that we're using, which actually tend to snap very easily once you've cut them once.
And the leaf situation, where the leaves aren't big enough. Like we can look at the amount of leaves we have here, and that doesn't keep us dry. Doing that with like a raised shelter, it's going to be an even bigger issue. But yeah, we should probably crack on and start making our shelter more waterproof.